Story 1. The Furby that came back. I bought my daughter a toy for $2. I wish I had just said no. It happened at a flea market about 20 minutes outside town. My wife loved those places. Old kitchen stuff, antique frames, things that somehow cost more because they were older. Emma, my daughter, was 6 and completely bored until she found it. It was sitting on a folding table between a box of plastic dinosaurs and a pile of worn-out stuffed animals. A Furby, old, slightly damaged, one eye blinking slower than the other. The man selling it didn't even try to convince us. He just said, $2, take it. Emma hugged it instantly, named it Oliver before we even got home. That night, everything felt normal. She laughed, talked to it, played with it for hours. I even thought it might have been the best $2 I'd ever spent, until around 2 a.m. I woke up to whispering, not talking, whispering. When I opened her door, Emma was asleep. The Furby sat on the dresser. Its eyes slowly opened, and it giggled. I removed the batteries immediately, closed its eyes, went back to bed. The next night, it was on the floor, facing the door, waiting. Then our neighbor's cat went missing. We found it the next morning, in our yard, torn apart. Later that night, I checked the toy again. No batteries, but something was stuck in its beak. Orange fur. I threw it away that night, smashed it, dumped it far from the house. 2 days later, Emma was playing with it again. "Daddy," she smiled, "Oliver came back." That night I looked out into the yard and saw it, sitting in the grass, looking up at my window. Then something fell from its mouth, a dog collar. And I realized something. It didn't come back for Emma. It came back because it was still hungry. Story 2. The doll that learned to stand. My younger sister had a doll she wouldn't let anyone touch. Now I know why. It was one of those porcelain dolls. Big glass eyes, perfect smile, the kind that always feels like it's watching you. The first night, it sat on her shelf. The second night, it was on her chair. We thought she moved it, until the third night. I woke up around 3 a.m. Something felt wrong. I looked toward my door and saw it, the doll, standing. Not fallen, not leaning, standing, facing me. I didn't move, didn't breathe. Then slowly, it tilted its head. The next morning, I told my parents. They laughed, said I was dreaming. That night, my sister screamed. We ran into her room. The doll was in her bed, right beside her, facing her. We threw it away the next day. That night, I woke up again, and it was sitting at the edge of my bed. I couldn't move. It leaned closer and whispered something. The next morning, my sister stopped talking, completely silent. One night I found her sitting in the corner of her room, facing the wall, whispering. I asked who she was talking to. She slowly pointed behind me and said, "She doesn't need the doll anymore." Story 3. The toy that called me. When I was 7, I had a toy phone, and every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., it rang. No batteries, no power, still rang. The first time I answered, I heard breathing. The second time, it said my name. I stopped answering after that, but it kept ringing, every night, same time. Eventually, it started ringing earlier, then during the day, then even when I left the room. One night I woke up to the sound right beside my ear. The phone was on my pillow, ringing. I didn't touch it, but it answered. And I heard my voice, from when I was younger, saying, "Hello?" Then something else spoke, something deeper, slower, and it said, "You never hung up." Years later, I went back to that house. My old room was empty, except for one thing, the phone. It started ringing, 2:13 a.m. I didn't move, but it picked up anyway. And this time, it wasn't calling me. It was waiting for me to answer again.